Segment 2, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web, www.ntnm.org. Links to all our shows on YouTube, Begun Community Policing, caps24.org. Jewish Chicago is on the streets, available everywhere. Pick it up. 13,148 words, detailed words about the election from here to there and everywhere. It is a pleasure to have a first-time guest who did an excellent Marty Levinson, by the way. The Republican candidate for state representative in the 55th District, Susan Sweeney. Susan, how you doing?
Great, Avi. Thanks for having me.
First of all, thank you. And you actually won the Republican nomination as a write-in.
I did.
That is very unusual.
Highly.
Yeah, so you actually got something like 2,200 votes or something compared to 46 for your and 2 for your opponents?
Close to correct, I think.
Well, this article I read only had the Cook County numbers, was missing the 4 precincts outside of Cook County.
Okay. You got the exact.
Well, kind of. So in any event, what are the reasons you started as a write-in candidate in the first place? That's just unusual.
Well, it is an unusual beginning, and it was a very exciting campaign. Initially, this seat has been held by Rosemary Mulligan for the last 20 years. And when the seat was not secured in the primary by her and there was an open seat, I stood up to run, realizing that our state is really in crisis. So I wanted to see another vote for a Republican down in Springfield.
Wow. Now, so what do you actually do for a living? I mean, when this started?
Well, I've been a substitute teacher in the school district.
Oh, so you're actually not a lawyer?
No, I'm not.
That's unusual. So any particular subject, areas of, well, when you're substitute, you better fill in for everything. That
right.
I understand.
A little bit of everything.
So substitute teacher. Okay.
District, and right. And my background was, I formerly worked at IBM as a client manager.
Ah, okay. So very good. So, okay, you're a mother. You've decided you're worker, 3 kids?
Correct.
Okay. You can say hi to them.
My great kids.
Okay, so all of a sudden, what are the planks? What are the platforms? What are you bringing? What are you saying to the voters? Why should they elect you?
Well, it's very concerning. I think many people have been fed up with what's gone on in Illinois politics.
Yeah.
And it's very concerning because looking forward to the future, we continue to devalue our homes. I think with the high income taxes, property taxes, crushing debt that we have going forward, to see that we have this $83 billion debt and the unwillingness to solve it and having an unbalanced budget in the state of Illinois is really, impacting future generations, my kids, your kids, everybody, and our home values. So I think, people have recognized that we've got to see a change down in Springfield, and we can't afford more of the same, and we've got to change directions.
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Forbes ranked us 49th out of 50 states in financial ratings. It's hard to believe that California's worse off.
That's true. Although 8 cities have gone bankrupt there, I think.
Something like that, yeah. And our bond ratings have been continually lowered through the last couple of years. As a matter of fact, there are third world countries with higher bond ratings than the state of Illinois right now.
It's very scary thinking about, 48th in job creation. We can't get college graduates. My middle son is off to college this year in his first year.
Yeah.
And I can only hope that he has the opportunity to come back here after he finishes and get a job in Illinois. So when you think about what's happening, it's unconscionable that families are actually being driven apart because they don't, we can't even hold children in our state that have graduated from college. It's one of the reasons I'm running for state rep.
Yeah, companies are actively going to Indiana and Wisconsin all the time.
Right.
The benefits are so much better. The working situation is better.
Absolutely.
And they're taking full advantage of the Chicago market
right.
by being nearby, but they don't have the highness regulation. And not only that, you're dealing with some extraordinarily corrupt people down in Springfield. I know that this comes as a big shock to all our viewers here, but it's very hard to deal with those people unless you've got your money in the right place.
Agreed.
Albeit legally. So you write the laws,
and
you
my
make it legal.
concern to your point about jobs is, when we raised the state income tax in the lame duck session, 67% last year, thousands of jobs left our state. And that has a devastating effect on families. And to see that our neighboring states like Indiana and Mitch Daniels has lowered corporate tax rates and the implications of that, I mean, there's literally jobs being siphoned out by our neighboring states and southern states. And there is a direct correlation between our taxing policies and the states that are growing. So when you look at the states that have that opportunity, and there's so much more competition between states because of taxation and regulation, Illinois is one of the worst. And we're going to continue to lose. And we've got to stop that momentum. We've got to become a more business-friendly state. So that's why I'm running, because I want to see us have policies that will encourage jobs to stay in the state, encourage the entrepreneur, like my dad was. He was a self-made man. He was an inventor. He had his own company.
Wow.
Yes, and he had the opportunity back generations, a generation ago, to actually start a business and grow a business. We're not providing that kind of climate here in Illinois. We see jobs continually move out of state, and we're not attracting jobs to move into the state.
Yeah, having come from a long line of small businessmen, small business owners, I mean, if I had to start over today, given the value of my house, given the regulations I have to go through, I would not start here. I just would not. I mean, that's the plain and simple fact.
You're going to go where you have a better choice.
And there's a lot of places, unfortunately, where there are much better choices.
Right.
Let's talk about your district. Where is your district?
The district is it's District 55. It's primarily Des Plaines, which is 40% of the district. And then about 20% is Park Ridge, 18% is Elk Grove Village, and the other 20% is comprised of Rolling Meadows, Arlington Heights, Mount Prospect, and a little bit of Chicago. So it's a very, the term is gerrymandered district.
Yeah.
This was remapped and redesigned under Michael Madigan to favor
he would gerrymander?
Would it be the first time? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Is it the only time? No.
He would be 42 years. By the way, just for your own personal information, other than your 4 precincts outside of Cook County, the show airs in every single city in your district.
Okay, great.
So.
And I can say hello to everybody that's going to vote for me.
Yeah, definitely. And vote early enough. And as we speak now, early voting is already underway. And people can vote early Monday through Fridays, 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 3, downtown at the Board of Election Commissioners at City Hall from, I think, also 9 to 3, but only there on Sunday. There's 43 locations in the suburbs you can vote in. Well, actually 42 in the suburbs plus downtown Chicago. So you can vote everywhere, and that's through Saturday, November 3rd. So in our final minute, give us a pitch. Give us another great reason why we should vote for you early and vote for you often.
Thank you. Well, I believe the state's headed in the wrong direction. So it's very concerning to see more of the same down in Springfield. And that's why I stepped up to run as a write-in very successfully, and now going forward to win this election as your state representative in District 55. I believe we need common sense approach to reform in Illinois, and I believe we need a reformer to go down and make a difference and not have the same politics as usual. We have a crisis, and our crisis is with pensions and Medicaid. And if we don't reform from this point forward, what we're doing is continually crowding out services that really hurt education and agriculture, roads, building. We have so much at stake that if we don't reform, we will not have the opportunity to continue having our services that are essential to our state. So if you can vote for me, when you vote for me, I really appreciate it. I will be a great state representative, and I'm looking forward to really bringing change to Illinois.
Wow, thank you very much. I want to tell you, if I was living in the 55th district, I would definitely vote for you.
Thank you, Avi.
So no, very impressive. And I want to thank you very much for joining us. And we've got to save a little bit of time for our next guest. Susan Sweeney, 55th District. I vote for her.
Thank you, Avi.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Bye-bye.